Well, at the General Assembly, we have 192 members. It is very difficult to find a consensus. It's a very slow and painful process. If you engage in decision making, for example, the next summit on sustainable development in Rio de Janeiro next year, that is the Rio 20 years after the Rio Conference on Development and Environment. If you want to have a final resolution, you need days and weeks and months of lengthy negotiations. If you have the resolution, draft resolution, when I was engaged in the 2002 Rio Plus 10 conference, the draft resolution will get about 100 comments and additions and proposals. You've got to just get the resolution. You just continue negotiating overnight, days and night, to find the right the word or words, or right sentences to get the consensus. That's the reason why we take such a long time. The democracy is a painful process in finding the consensus, but we do not have any other better ways of finding the consensus right now. It is painful but slow, but still, I'm sure that we are finding it much easier now because Russia is more forthcoming. China is also forthcoming to get the resolution, even if sometimes they abstain from the resolution, like the Security Council resolution against Libya. But still, they did not veto the resolution of the Security Council. Now, it was slow, but we could get it. So I say it's getting better. Well, United Nations is an intergovernmental organization for peace. We do not like the use of force in order to resolve conflicts. Peaceful negotiations are expected to take the priority of actions of member states. But in order to keep peace and security, international peace and security, UN Charter provides for the recourse to military force as well as economic sanctions. And in certain cases, like current situation in Libya, the recourse to military action was a last resort for the international community to protect the civilians in the country and to maintain international peace and security, particularly in that region. So yes, it's not nice to see military action to take place, because in any military action you see civilians involved, and children and mothers may be killed by such an action. Although it was not meant to be like that, but there are certain casualties. Currently, there has been some report to that effect, but still, in order to maintain international peace and security, and now international community seem to have come to accept the concept of responsibility to protect the civilians even against their own governments. The resort to military force may sometimes be needed, but that has got to be agreed upon by members of the Security Council without any veto exercised by permanent member of the Security Council. Security Council is a principal organ of the United Nations to deal with this question of the use of force in solving conflicts. This gray area between diplomats and spies. Well, Ambassador Karanko, if he was a great ambassador, if he is described as a Finnish spy, he would protest. I see that there may be some, yes, the agents of intelligence of the United States, of Russia, of the United Kingdom, working at the embassies and getting information. So long as they act in the context of domestic or international norms, or if they get the information through the contacts over lunch or at the receptions, talking with other people and get the informations. You may call them spies, but it's a normal diplomatic action. But if they steal the information illegally, they will be subjected to diplomatic sanctions. They may be expelled as persona non grata. In the case of United Nations, they wrote about our Secretary General, about the management, about the operation. That did not constitute any illegal act on their part. So we don't call them spies. This was the rational, a reasonable act on the part of diplomats to do such a reporting.